Hello, I'm back with another lesson. Today is my first lesson of vocabulary. Upgrading your vocabulary is very important for Ielts. So, what is vocabulary? Is all about words. Okay, I'm a logophile, which means lover of words. And one of my favorite words is scribble. Scribble means to write something hastily. Scribble means to write quickly and to write quickly and messily. To write quickly and messily. How I will use it in example, what I'm doing now. She was scribbling in a notebook. She was scribbling in a notebook. Scribbling is a very quirky word. It's a very quirky, amusing word. I just love this word. She was scribbling in her notebook. So today I will discuss the synonyms of write. Scribble is a synonym of write. So today I will write synonyms of writing. There are different types of writing, scribble, and what are the other types of writing that I will discuss here. So another word like scribble is scrawl. Scrawl means to write in a rush and in an extremely untidy way. Scrawl means to write in a rush and in an extremely untidy way. To write in a rush and in an extremely untidy way. I hope my writing is not like a scroll. Because I am also writing quickly, so I hope my writing is not a scroll. It will put a bad impression on you guys. For example, doctor wrote a prescription no one could read. Doctor wrote a prescription no one could read. Doctor wrote a prescription no one could read. And what are some other words like scribble and scroll? Jot down. Jot down, it means to write points, to write down some points to remember afterwards. To write down some points to remember them afterwards. To remember them afterwards. Like for example, he jotted down few points for meeting. He jotted down few points. He jotted down few points from meeting. Pen, to write in a creative way. It means to write in a careful and creative way. For example, she penned down a beautiful poem at midnight. Talking of writing, one of my physics teacher in O levels had once said about my handwriting that you have very fancy handwriting. I don't really know what he meant by fancy. Maybe he meant stylish. He passed away a few months ago. Please pray Allah unki maghfirat kare. Ameen. She penned down a beautiful poem at midnight. At midnight. What else? Dash away. Another synonym of writing is dash away. Dash away, it means to write hurriedly without much care. To write hurriedly without much care. To write hurriedly without much care. For example, he dashed away his number on a napkin before leaving. He dashed away his number on a napkin before leaving. Another word is inscribe. These are the synonyms of write. Scribble, scroll, jot down. Because upgrading your vocabulary and using synonyms is very important to score band 9. That's why I will I will regularly do vocabulary classes also, apart from reading, writing, listening, and speaking. I will do vocabulary classes, vocabulary lessons also, inshallah. Inscribe, it means to to write something permanently on an object. To write something permanently on an object. For example, his name was inscribed on a trophy. For example, his name was inscribed on a trophy. Okay, now there is another thing. It's a scribble means to write quickly and messily. For example, she was scribbling absent-mindedly during a lecture. But there is another word, scribble away. But when you add away with scribble away is also writing quickly, but it means writing carefully. If you will only say scribble, it means to write quickly and messily without much care. But when you will say scribble away, it means you're writing something carefully, but also at the same time it's messy and quick because you are in a hurry. So it's messy, but at the same time it's careful because for example, students were scribbling away furiously as the lecturer spoke. Students were scribbling away furiously as the lecturer spoke. When you are attending a lecture, you are carefully writing down the points because you want to remember it. So, but you're also writing it quickly and messily because you're in a hurry, but you're writing it carefully because you want to carefully write everything correctly. So it's scribble away. But when you will only say scribble, it means to write absent-mindedly, not without much care. Also quickly. And also there's another word, note down. Note down is also like jot down, but note down is a little more formal. Note down means to write down few points to remember afterwards, but they are for used for informal settings. For example, the receptionist noted down the client's address. It's a formal setting. Receptionist noted down the client's address. Receptionist noted down the client's email address. It's a formal setting. It's an important point. So when during a formal setting you use note down, but when it's an informal setting you will use jot down. Jot down is also to write point to remember afterwards, but it's a little more informal, not very important. But like for example, when you meet a friend after a long time, you jot down his number. You jot down his number on a napkin. You jot down his number quickly on a paper. It also points down to something quickly. So I think these scribble, scroll, jot down, I love these kind of words. I don't know why, but anything related to writing, for example, this scribble, scroll, jot down, I don't know, there's something very nerdy and geeky about these words because I love to write. I'm a nerd, so I love these nerdy kind of words. I hope you enjoyed my lesson. Just a very small, humble request. I make a lot of effort and hard work in making these lessons and videos. So I will really appreciate if you write down in comments just a little feedback that whether my lessons are engaging or not, whether my lessons are boring and need a little margin for improvement. I will appreciate that, but please do leave few comments. It will encourage me to make more lessons, inshallah. Take care. Thank you.